Hello, boys. I live in Israel, and a few years ago, this country changed a ton, and I lived here when that happened. I got asked about this a ton in camp. Like, what was your experience on the 7th of October when, I don't even need to, you could just go look it up. 7th of October, 2023. Pretty interesting day. A lot of things happened on that day, and I just kind of want to talk about my experiences on that day, because I got tons of questions about this, and I really want to make another video. So yeah, let's dive into it. First thing you need to know is that this country has been in conflict for a really long time. Let's just say 75 years. This country has been in conflict. Okay, constant conflict, never ending. Okay, it can't end until we completely obliterate the enemy, which is we can't do that, obviously, because then we'll be called inhumane and stuff like that. So basically, it's not new, because it seems like every 4 years there's a new conflict that's going on. There's like a new thing that, like, oh, there's a new war, oh, there's a new, like, enemy or whatever. I don't know. It just seems like exactly 4 years prior to that, there were missiles being thrown at us. I remember once I was alone outside, and I was pretty far away from home. I didn't have a bomb shelter around me, and all of a sudden there was a siren. There's missiles flying everywhere, and then I just like hid. I remember, like, they gave me like some like instructions that I was supposed to like hide, like underneath a rock, like by rocks or by like buildings, so that, like, to get away from shrapnel or stuff like that. I don't know. Can't really remember. But yeah, there was this whole period of time where there was just tons of missiles and stuff like that. 4 years before the 7th of October 2023. And so basically it just seems like all the time, like every 4 years there's this new thing going on, and there's more missiles thrown at us, and whatever. Yeah, it's just, well, like, whatever. It's just like kind of like a thing we're used to, and it's just a thing, like, we experience when we live in this country, like, whatever. So, like, it's not really a new thing. And obviously, how old I was? I was like, maybe I was 12 years old when this thing started, I think. So me and my siblings didn't really grasp because I'm the oldest. So me and my siblings didn't really grasp what was going on until like maybe a few months later. But and how bad actually, like, this situation was, like, on the 7th of October itself. Like, I remember waking up that morning. That morning was really intense. There was like, I wake up in the morning, and there's like this energy, there's this like weird energy of like something, okay, like, this is weird. So like I wake up in the morning, there's like these weird, like, little, like, boom boom, like low rumblings, and I think like something's wrong with me, or maybe it's like like, I don't know. I think it's like maybe probably like me, like, I don't know how to explain. Like, maybe I'm just hearing things or stuff like that. I don't know. And nobody else also mentioned this stuff. I'm pretty sure literally everyone thought exactly the same as me. Like, okay, I'm just hearing weird stuff. Whatever. I don't, like, whatever. Everyone probably was in the same mindset, like, as me, because nobody mentioned it. Nobody mentioned these weird noises. So, like, I assumed it was just me hearing this. And those noises obviously turned out to be like missiles. Obviously, like, I was hearing missiles. Like, everyone was hearing missiles, and nobody mentioned it. Like, everyone's just hearing missiles. Nobody knows exactly what that, like, sounds like yet, because it was like low rumblings. Like, when you think missile, you don't think like thing like pow, like big booms and stuff like that, and people like we didn't really grasp what it actually was. It is a holiday. So I wake up in the morning, with my white shirt and like black pants, and we're like dressed all nice. After eating like cornflakes and like cake and stuff for breakfast, I go to the street and I go to the synagogue. But on the way there, I see tons of like cars moving around, and you're not allowed to drive. For the non-Jews here, you're not allowed to drive. On our holidays, you're not allowed to be driving around, or do like go on the computer or do stuff like that. Usually there is, because I live in like a settlement, and security is really important here, and usually there is a few cars driving around and stuff, but not this many and not this fast. There was just a ton of cars driving around everywhere, like extremely quickly, and like people looking at their phones, which usually doesn't, like, you're not allowed to do that. There's again, there's usually every year there's a few people who are allowed to, because they're on security, and according to our scriptural law, you're allowed to do that. So it's regular to see people like that sometimes that are checking their phones. There were a lot of people looking really stressed, checking their phones all the time, even a few being called up. I see like fathers leaving their wives and stuff in the middle of the holiday, being called up, being like going to the army, and it's like really weird. So then I finish like the prayers and stuff, and I go down. There's like this whole kids event thingy. I go down and I'm talking to my friend, and he's like, yo, did you hear about the whole war going on in Gaza? I'm like, what? No, what are you talking about, bro? And he's like, yeah, my brothers were called up at like 6 a.m. They were called up to the army. His brothers are in like special forces, so they got called up immediately. They were like, yeah, there's like terrorists inside of Israel, a few terrorists, and there's like 30 deaths. I was like, whoa, 30 people? That's pretty crazy. Little did I know, like, so much more people were killed on that day. It's crazy. Like, the amount we didn't know, because we're not allowed to check our phones, is like kind of, it's like so like Jews. Yeah, also my uncle is there and stuff, and he's like, nah, no big deal. You know, people are kind of like downgrading. Like, the media also didn't know until later that day how like the magnitude of the attack. Like, and we were like, you know, we were happy and stuff, but we had no idea. Like, we had no idea even until like a few like a months later. We had no idea how crazy this situation was, because obviously our parents didn't want to tell us everything, because it was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna say everything that happened on YouTube, because it's probably gonna get demonetized. Like as I mentioned before, there was this weird feeling in the air on that morning of like, or even the night before, like something's bad. Something is really not right now. I don't know. So yeah, that was my experience on the 7th of October. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys like the new backdrop, Canadian flag. You got the Nokia, got the PS4 remote. Got my Speed Flex. No big deal. It's just a Speed Flex, guys. It's just the best helmet in the game right now. We also have this sand thingy. This globe. I'll probably I'll probably upload a video a little bit later of like, you know, how I did this. So yeah, boys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna see you guys later. Goodbye.